Happy Monday. What's up, real estate agents? It's a stellar start to the week, and I am jazzed to talk to you today about one of my favorite subjects, and that would, of course, be real estate. But a topic within our industry is building a team in an ever-changing industry. So I want to talk to you about that, and I'll give you a little background on me. For whatever reason, I was an earlier adopter to the whole team concept. Being a rabbit by my nature meant that I hired a personal assistant within my first couple of years in this business. And that's when I had to pay her out of my credit line because I certainly didn't have enough money in the bank to do that. She often told me that she felt guilty accepting money that I didn't have. But that was in an era when it just wasn't done. Assistants weren't hired, you didn't have buyer's agents, and you didn't have teams. So the next thing that happened to me is I made a decision to focus on listings, and that meant I had to hire a buyer specialist to handle the buyers that I would have formerly handled. So at that point, I grew to a much larger business than I ever imagined. I've got a proven track record in building a multi-million-dollar team. But to be honest, that came with years and years of highs and lows and plenty of failures and 1,000 tears or more. So I just wanted to tell you what I think it takes when you do make that decision to build a team. And there's been lots of books written on you hire an assistant first, you hire a buyer's agent second, and all those things are valuable. But I wanted to talk to you about something different. It's the traits that I think you need on the inside of you when you start the endeavor of building a team. So the first tip that I would tell you is that you need to have a commitment to personal growth, to become a person of integrity. Now, I know that may sound a little bit old-fashioned, but you know, everybody's got a moral code. Some higher, some lower. It's all about getting better and becoming stronger and improvement every single day. And since no one has reached perfection yet, which would be breaking news to a few people I know, you've got to be committed to your personal growth. You can never lead someone where you've never been. So never rest on your laurels and never stop growing is my first tip. My second tip is to understand the power that you have in the simple process of making a decision. You know, making a decision to grow a team is really easy. Keeping that decision is much harder. So when you make a decision to grow a team, you have a commitment to do what's best for the team, and that is quite often not exactly what's in your personal best interest. So there's an old saying that I love, so make a decision and then make it right. So understand the power that you have in making that decision to build a team and then make that decision right every single day that you work. My third tip is to do the next thing. You know, one of my mentors, who was a lady named Elizabeth Elliott, used to say this, and if you're listening to me, you're either in the process of growing a team or beginning a team or thinking about it. You have a sense of what you need to do. You're not dumb, you're smart, you're ambitious, you're full of potential. So after some thoughtful reflection, do the next thing. Don't become fearful or paralyzed by indecision. Your decisions are not always going to be right. That is a sad fact that we learn more from our mistakes than from our successes. So do the next thing means that you move forward and you never stand still. Tip number 4. Figure out your one thing that's the most productive that you do and never go a day without it, or at least feel guilty if you do a day without it. You know, long ago I found out that prospecting was my strength. I have now decided to call prospecting, the very antiquated, out-of-date term, I now call it networking with people you don't know, just because I thought it just sounded so much better for the millennial generation. So it's just more hip to say it that way. So never go a day without doing the thing that has made you productive. What's your most productive task? That is very, very important. That's my tip number 4. Tip number 5 is get strong enough to listen to some of your critics. You know, now this took me a really long time to achieve because I didn't want anybody telling me anything that was wrong or bad about myself. But just like you learn more from your failures, from the deals that go wrong than you do from the deals when everything is going right, we can learn from our critics. I personally prefer critics who actually tell me things in love, but I have learned some things from some critics that weren't quite so lovingly. However, I don't want you to sink to the point that you get down on yourself or insecure. That's the reason I say you have to grow to the stage where you can actually listen to your critics without letting that sabotage your strength, your inner peace. You're actually strong by listening to your critics. You want to learn and you want to grow and you want to do your job to the very best of its ability, and that's when willing to listen, even when it hurts, becomes an asset to you. So in closing, if you decide to grow a team, it means that you've committed to being a leader, the very best leader that you can possibly become, because now you're responsible for other people, for other livelihoods, for families that you love and people that you grow. I promise you that will grow closer to you than your own family over the years. So our commitment to a team helps us deliver a service that would be absolutely impossible for an independent agent to provide. And that means you can give your customers and your clients a level of service which an individual agent absolutely cannot do. And I know within my heart that teams are the future of our industry. So if you want to learn a few more of my personal tips to help you increase your listing inventory each month by 50%, visit comingsoonmarketing.com and request a demo to see how my success can become your success. And for those of you joining us today for the first time, please don't forget to tune in to past episodes to learn more about innovative ways to increase your listing numbers, generate more leads, real estate marketing, and standing out in a sea of competition. So share, comment, be sure to subscribe to be and also I want you to listen next Monday's episode when I will cover the 6 consequences of crappy marketing. Oh my goodness, you can't wait to hear that. Ta-ta for now. Take care. Bye-bye.